Welcome back, everyone. We're going to go ahead and continue on with the series with the introduction to trading binary options. This video will be covering brokers, where they come from, how a company can be made, some of the risk management features that brokers use, and we will slowly get into next on how to select them. But for this one, we want to understand where brokerage firms come from and why it is so important to know how they originate and why that some of the brokerage firms you may run across, I should say binary options companies, brokerage firms a bit misleading, where some of these binary option companies come from and how easy it actually is to open up a binary options company. First, let's get through the boring part. The warning. Currency trading offers amazing profit potential, also large risk potential. Before you get started, you should consider your investment goals, experience, risk appetite. Never trade with money you can't afford to lose. Car payment, house payment, those are out of the picture. You don't want to touch those. Beer money, that's cool to trade with. Other than that, make sure you are aware of all possible risks associated with trading currencies. If you have any questions or concerns, you should contact an independent financial advisor. Any live trading you do, you're going to do at your own discretion and risk. So today, like I mentioned, we're going to be covering where do brokers come from and how to choose one. Okay, so some of the things we're going to cover are they large companies? Who can open up a binary options company? How much does it cost? What are the different types of binary options platforms? How do they operate? And of course, how do you choose one? Okay, so our binary option company is very large. They have huge amounts of financial backing. Now, this really varies from company to company, and this at the end, when coming into researching it or selecting it, will matter a lot. But it really does vary. Some of these are very well-established companies with millions of dollars in backing, and some of them, as we're going to see on the next screen, have very little backing, and they're a mom-and-pop business. So who can open up one? Anybody can. If you have the capital, which really isn't that much, then you can open up a binary options broker with a small amount of, well, a relatively small amount of capital for compared to how they present themselves, in my opinion. There's different types of platforms, and I'm going to explain this later on to make it clear, but there's, for instance, these are the most popular ones. There's something called spot option, tech financials, and then custom platforms. These are actually big families of, they say you want to open up a brokerage firm. It's kind of like a WordPress document or a WordPress site. What I know, you buy the template from them, they set you up as a company. You deposit your funds, buy it, all of a sudden you're a binary options company, and it really is simple as that. Drag and drop, choose your logo, choose your name, get it up and running, and you're done. So this is what these companies do. They offer the backbone that you're trading off of. That's why you may notice a lot of platforms look similar. So if you're using Trade Rush or Empire Options, they look similar because they're actually using spot options. They're not using, I don't know for I don't, this is just off the top of my head. I don't know if that's their actual platform, so don't jump and say no, that's not their platform. But basically, a lot of the companies are using the same backbone in its spot option or tech financials, which are the most popular. You'll see a few out there, custom ones, which like Markets World is a custom trading platform. Okay, so how do they operate? It is not like the traditional, and no matter what they tell you, and I say this right here on the screen, no matter what they tell you when they're trying to get your money, it is not you against another trader. It is you against a brokerage firm. Against the binary options company. What that means is if you win a trade, they lose money. If you lose a trade, they win money. There is no trader on the other end. A lot of times when you discuss with them, oh, there was a problem with pricing, and they'll say, well, there was nobody on the other end of that trade. That's complete and utter crap. There is no one ever on the other end of the trade except for the binary options company. So before you get into it, if you're talking to a binary options company, that's one of the questions I ask them, just to see if they're going to lie to me or if they're going to be honest. Ask them how the trades are placed. Is it against another trader or is it against the broker binary options company itself? If they say it's against another trader, you'd probably want to beware because that's a really shady answer to give and it's just flat out lying to you. Okay, binary options companies as a whole, meaning spot option, tech financials, and as individuals can also implement something called risk management. Now, risk management on a trader's level, it is just a way of protecting your funds and to manage your money in a responsible way. Well, it's the opposite for a binary options company. Risk management for them, it's also a way, well, it's the opposite of they're not looking out for your funds, they're looking out for theirs. It is a way for them to either manipulate the outcome of trade or your ability to get into a trade with a reasonable strike price. A strike price, in case you don't know, that's the price when you hit buy, that's the price you get. There's some games they can play to make sure you don't get a good pricing. Okay, so risk management, let's talk about it. Risk management for one way can come from spot option itself. We're going to use spot option because remember, it's the backbone. And all these binary options companies, I keep wanting to say brokerage firms, all these binary option companies are buying the technology from spot option. So spot option does have risk management built into it. It's part of the benefits these companies get from buying from spot option is that they have built-in risk management. So sometimes the games that are played are completely, no matter how honest or not honest the binary options company is, they're out of their hands because it is funneling down from the software that they are using to let you trade. So hopefully that'll clear up a few things in how people think binary option companies run. It's not always them. There's some good companies out there, but because of the risk management inherent with the backbone they use, you might see a few shady things. But after a while, you get used to seeing it. It happens even in the normal market with spreads and things like that. So don't take it, it's just in the binary options world. It's just in the financial world that you get a little bit of risk management. The other way they do risk management is price manipulation. If we look at this chart, this is a pretty good example. So let's say price, here's a candle, we had it going up, you think a reversal is about to happen. The areas of interest here is it closes at 75, and for simplicity I put the bottom of the candle as 1, up at the top it's 100, so that's price. Price closed at 75. So if you entered at 75 or above, you should be ITM. Well, their risk management software will quite literally say, okay, anyone at 76 or above, clear ITM, give them the money. Now, if you're at 76, 75, or 74, they might fudge the numbers because, and their software operates this quickly, that if it was a close trade and we had a high percentage of winners, automatically the risk management software cuts in, and it might give you a 75 and a close at 74 as a loss, and they'll say it was price closed at 76, or it closed at 75 and you broke even, and 74 you lost. You will occasionally see the fudging of numbers here. So that's another way that they can manipulate price to basically keep you out of a winning trade when it's very, very close like that. One of the things I preach is entry is God in binary options, because if you get a good entry, then there's no room for this type of fudging to occur. And again, in the regular forex world, you see it too. It's just called a spread. You might have here's your profit point where price hits right here. It hits 74, but because of the spread, it never did actually hit it. So it's a give and take. Binary options brokers use something called bid plus ask divided by 2 for the most part, and that does take into account the spread. So sometimes because of the spread, a close trade like this will come into a lose because they're using a slightly different pricing formula than what you see through your charting platform. So it may not be intentional, it may be. I'm not going to judge, but I would have to say sometimes it looks like it is pretty damn obvious that it is intentional. Okay, before we get into how to choose a reputable broker, let's go back to here and how I noticed I said spot option and they have risk management built in. I'm going to jump off this real quick and let's take a look at these actual companies, so what I'm talking about. And I mentioned that there are, where did I have it? So there's Spot Option, Tech Financials, and Custom. Let's take a look. Here's Spot Option. This is the company that offers binary options platforms to people who want to open up their own binary options company. Pretty simple. I mean, all you have to do is sign up through them, and they do it. Complete solutions, our features, integration, and plugins. So if we go to our solution, they provide the front end, trading engine, content management system, so if they want to add things in to try and make themselves stand out. If we go down here and look, though, look what they do provide that I was mentioning. They provide risk management. So if you think I'm crazy or not, they provide risk management also. I mean, it is a buying point for people who want to open up their own binary options company to be able to provide risk management. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I did just want to show you this is basically where a lot of your companies come from. All they have to do is sign up with these guys, deposit the money, and bam, they are a binary options company. And you can look, everything's here that it does it. Even payment systems, you get paid. Spot option, here's Tech Financials, this is also another big one. Great one. One of the things I was going to mention, how they lock you out of price also, and it says it right here, fixed strike options. A lot of binary options companies will use a thing, let's say, in regards to the trade we're looking at, this one. So you were looking to get an entry. The higher you are, the better. So let's say you're looking to get an entry. You clicked on buy, price was at 73, price moves up to 75. What you'll see pass on the screen is pricing not available anymore, because you actually got a better entry. So price either has to stay the same or drop for you to get an entry. It's another way that it's not price manipulation, but it's another way that their risk management engine can force you into a slightly worse entry, I guess, if that's a correct term to use. So just be aware. I mean, let's get back to the slide. Be aware of what goes on. And again, it's not always the binary options company itself. There's a lot of reputable ones out there. But again, this is a top-down risk management type system. Spot Option or Tech Financials gets to pick their risk management. If those companies do good, they make money. If they open up a company and they do bad, they lose money because they're no longer paying them the monthly fees to run a binary options company. So how do you choose a reputable broker? If you recall, when I first started this video series, I said I wasn't going to sugarcoat anything. You can use binaryoptions.net, and they do recommend several brokers. Now, when I say I'm not going to sugarcoat it, so what happens by you using a brokerage firm that is recommended on the site? Yes, the website itself does receive a little bit of money for you signing up through them. One of the big advantages that I would say, though, is if you run into an actual legitimate issue with the broker, and let me make that clear, legit, L-E-G-I-T-A-M-E-T-E? No, that's not it. Legitimate. If you have a legitimate issue with a broker, you can then fall back on one of the mods or the owner of the website to contact that binary options company and say, hey, one of the users of our website signed up through us and is using you, and they're having some issues. We're going to step in and intervene and try and help you out, as long as it is a legitimate reason. If you did a bunch of bad trades and you lost all your money, there's not too much we can do there. But if you see something like this going on and it's very obvious that price closed at 74 and you got in at 80, that's something we can step in and take a look at. If you're having issues withdrawing funds, we can help you out with that, take a look at it. But that is one of the advantages of using it. And like I said, I won't sugarcoat it. Yes, the website does get a little bit of money for you using a recommended one, but we're not going to recommend a site that's going to cause us headaches either. The sites that are up there for a reason, because we know that they do pay out, and we haven't had very many complaints. If we do get complaints about them, they typically will come down, and they will move to in the reviews section, which isn't up. They're working on the website, I believe. But here's best binary option brokers, and it gives you a list of them. And if you go down to the bottom here, it also has regulated brokers. There's also a page that has scam brokers that you can look through too, so that you can see. So one of the ways you can do it is just by searching here. So for instance, Trade Rush. Let's see if that comes up with anything. You can search here, and here's Trade Rush Review. So if you were looking at them as a binary option company you'd want to sign up with, you could just click here, read the review of them, then make your decision if it's a broker you would want to go with. They do have the top 3 listed here, so that'll help you out in your decisions a little bit. Now, if you're looking at a different company that isn't listed on binaryoptions.net, like a newer one, you can use Google, YouTube. Forex Peace Army is a website where you can also research. You just type their name in, similar to what I just did, and research them. Some of the things you want to look out for, and I'm not necessarily saying this is a bad thing, but are brand new binary options companies that are brand new that you cannot find any reviews on. Also look for reviews that kind of repeat the same information. There's people out there that quite literally, let's see if I can find it for you. That you can use a website such as, I don't know how to say it, Fever. Anything on here for $5, they will do, so you can pay someone $5 and they'll do a video review of your binary options website. So be aware that if you are looking at YouTube reviews, dig a little deeper than just the first 2 or 3 you see, and if it's a minute or 2 review, look for something that actually goes a little bit in depth. Don't get scammed and pulled into a new broker. If I always come over to the website, you can just post on there, has anyone tried out this broker? I'm about to sign up with them. Again, though, one of the things you do lack out on, which is an advantage of signing up through the website, is me or someone else could always still try and help you out with it, but we don't have the push we would, or the pull we would, with some of the companies that are listed through the site of saying, hey, and to put it bluntly, you're screwing over one of our customers, we'll quit sending you customers. That's where the advantage comes in of signing up through a recommended broker to a not recommended broker. If it comes down to it, and in the next video I am going to show you what you can do, is if you get into bed with a bad broker, the next video I'm going to show you from the point of contacting the broker, how to open up the account, what to do when you're opening up the account, the questions you want to ask, everything. We're going to go step by step opening up your account with a broker in the next video. But this one was just basically to give you an idea why you need to be careful. I mean, a lot of these companies you see out there, they may offer some amazing deals, but they may not have any money behind them. I mean, honestly, for 12 to 25K, you can open up your own brokerage company, your own binary options company. That's not a lot of money. I mean, a lot of people, and then you open it up with $25,000 and you have one good trader come in, he could kill your whole company. So that's why a lot of times you will see the shadier side of binary options. Same thing happens though on the, like I said, on the forex spot traditional trading side. It costs more, but not as much to open up a brokerage firm, which is a legitimate one. But they have to meet a whole different set of rules. But it depends on the country you're into. I don't want to get into that too much. But hopefully, guys, you enjoy this video. It gives you a little bit of information of where these companies come from and why it is so important to pick a reputable one. Advantages of going through the website and not. We can help you out. The other one, we can help you out, but we don't have the pool that we would with some of the ones that have been chosen that are known to be reputable brokers. So next video will be out soon, guys. Hope you have a great day, and we'll be talking to you soon.